Yo, how's life treating you guys? It's Will and Money Murph here, back with another video. Today I'm talking about my hip dislocation story. So this happened about 6 months ago in football, and we were doing a drill called Oklahoma. Pretty much, if you don't know this drill, there's two guys laying on their backs. One had the ball, one tries to hit the one with the ball. So I had the ball, and I got up slow, and the guy hit me, and my leg was back, and like we fell forward on my hip, so my hip like popped out. Very disgusting, but yeah, popped out. Honestly, I thought I like pulled the muscle. I don't know what happened because I never experienced a dislocated hip. So pretty much I was screaming, and the coaches came over. They were asking me like what happened, like where does it hurt. It's like in my hip area. They got me up. I was rushed to the hospital, and in the hospital I waited there for like an hour just with my hip popped out, just waiting for them to come and just, you know, pop it back in. I don't know what they were doing. It took them forever, and looking back at it, it makes me mad because I was just in there in pain. And so yeah, after about an hour, they put like some mask thing on me and they knocked me out, and I was asleep. I was dead asleep. I didn't feel anything. They popped it back in. My dad told me that like they were on the bed. It was like they're on the bed like trying to push it in. And he said it took me like 10 minutes. And that's disgusting. Thank God. Like, imagine being awake in that situation. That'd be crazy. Anyways, so after I wake up about like 3 hours later from the anesthesia, I'm really tired, and it went back in perfectly. Everything was perfect. So I was in the hospital for about 3 or 4 days, just healing up and like taking medicine and practice like on crutches. And I really didn't get the crutches down, so they just gave me a wheelchair. So pretty much I was in a wheelchair for about, I'd say like 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks, and I started walking again. So after being out for like, I'd say 2 months, I went back to football without any physical therapy, without anything. And I jumped, and like I put a cracking noise in my hip, so I knew that wasn't good, and it hurt. So a day later, I went to the hospital because I could barely walk, and apparently I cracked my bone in there because my hip was super weak. So like I cracked like I chipped the bone pretty much, and and it was in my hip socket. So like my hip wasn't stable, if that makes any sense. It was like moving around. So I needed surgery to get those little pieces of bone out of my hip socket, and I did. So now I'm with an actual hip specialist who that's all they do is just hips. They deal with hip dislocations, and now I'm in physical therapy, and now I'm doing good. But looking back at it, man, first off, the doctors shouldn't have like cleared me like to go back to football because obviously I wasn't like stable enough. And yeah, man, so I'm still dealing with it. Still have the problems. It's getting better though. It is getting stronger. I am working it very, very hard because I don't want. They said like if I don't work it hard enough, I could get hip replacement surgery, which I do not want. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video, guys. I hope life treats you guys awesome. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.
Threat neutralized. Profit wasted.
Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Hostile health zone inbound. Hostile HCXD Hostile care package code.
UAV, ready for deployment.
Be advised, hostile hardened sentry spotted.
Battery, requesting UAV support.
In the zone, sensors on capture your
Down
objective.
that fire.
UAV, ready for tasking.
Establish perimeter at
10,000 feet, AGL.
Profit wait.
Midway, UAV fuel check complete.
Battery requesting Hellstorm. Crushed it.